Well, one thing's certain, Mr. Hammond. There's nothing between La Paz and Rio Vista but mountains and unexplored jungle. Where you'll find an emergency landing field in that area, I don't know.
Just a minute, and I'll get Jim Horne in here.
Yes, Howard?
Well, Jim, if you're not too busy, could you come in for a minute? O'Connell and Chapman have brought me a revised map. I'd like to go over it with you.
Fine, I'll be right in.
I'll admit it is tempting, Mr. Hammond. By flying over land, you should be able to beat your competitor's time to Rio Vista by at least 8 or 9 hours.
Well, we're all agreed on that, Mr. Chapman. But we can't operate by just saying we think there are suitable sites for an emergency landing field. We've got to prove it.
That's right. I'm sending Kellogg down to photograph that area. We'll know as soon as he gets back with the pictures.
Now you're talking. Get those pictures, and we know exactly where we stand.
Well, thank you, gentlemen, for all this data. It's been very helpful, and we'll get in touch with you later.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Schumann in 36 to Los Angeles, 30 miles southeast of Wyoming, altitude 9,000, high overcast decay, visibility 2 miles, temperature 40.
Los Angeles to Schumann in 36. Your position and weather okay.
Beckwith in 04, calling Los Angeles.
Los Angeles to Beckwith in 04. Go ahead.
Position estimated 20 miles northeast of Yuma, altitude 3,000, solid overcast, heavy rain, visibility 1/4 mile, weather looks doubtful.
Okay, 04. Return to Yuma and wait further orders. Signed, Taylor.
Jim, I don't want to question your judgment, but just why are you sending Kellogg? On a job that requires a cool, conservative head, you picked the most
irresponsible, but best flyer.
Well, you picked the pilots. It's up to you. But I still don't like it.
Don't worry about Kellogg. He's asked for this hop 100 times. He's seen your pilot, and I'm going to give it to him.
Kellogg in 21 to Los Angeles.
Los Angeles to Kellogg in 21. Go ahead.
Northbound mail from Panama. 90 miles northwest of Yuma. Altitude 4,500 feet. Ceiling and visibility unlimited. That's all.
Los Angeles to Kellogg in 21. Beckwith just reported a heavy storm in the area of your position. Come on, Bill, give us a correct weather report. Go ahead.
Maybe there was a storm around here, but not anymore. Nothing but blue skies here. I'm sliding down a sunbeam. Be home soon. So long, Taylor.
Los Angeles to Kellogg in 21. Kellogg. Kellogg.
Hello, Uncle Howard.
Hello, dear.
You too, Jim.
Oh, I know what brings you down here. We're holding down all northbound flights. Bad storms. Bill won't be in for several hours.
And the sooner you forget about that rattle-brained idiot, the better it'll be for you.
Don't pay any attention to him.
Subtle old somebody, isn't he? But even so, darling, you're the nicest uncle a girl ever had for a father.
Well, thanks for that.
See you later, Jim.
Goodbye, Joan.
Goodbye, dear. Now, Jim, in regard to this revised map, this unexplored jungle here looks... Come in.
Pardon me, Mr. Hammond. Mr. Horne is wanted in the control room.
What's the matter? Trouble?
It's Kellogg. He insists on coming through.
Ha! There's your great pilot for you. Refuses to obey orders.
Leave it to me. I'll straighten him out.
Los Angeles calling Kellogg in. Well, there's no use calling him anymore, Mr. Horne. He shut off his set. You know that Kellogg when he gets stubborn.
Yeah, but that's not the worst of it. The fog's rolling in so thick, we're going to look like a bowl of pea soup within an hour.
Kellogg in 21 to Los Angeles.
Los Angeles to Kellogg in 21. Go ahead.
Beam fading badly. Estimate my position about 20 miles from the field. Give me a weather report.
Let me talk to that guy. This is Horne speaking. Trying to be a smart guy again, eh? Well, now listen, get this and get it straight. Don't try to land here. We're fogged in. Head back to emergency field number 5 and sit down.
I'll head back to 3. That's closer.
Do as you're told and turn back. 3 is fogged in, too.
I haven't got enough gas to get back to 5.
You should have thought of that before. All right, keep circling at 1,500 feet. We only have a 25-foot ceiling here. Give me time to clear the field before you try to land.
Okay.
Turn on your field lights and warn traffic. Los Angeles calling Kellogg in 21. What's your position now?
Kellogg in 21 on the Los Angeles beam, about 8 miles south of the field.
Okay, field's clear. Bring her in.
What's the surface wind?
No surface wind. Ceiling's still 25 feet.
Okay, here I come.
Here he comes.
Altitude 800 feet. I'm heading in.
Coming in too high. Lose altitude.
Hey, Red, you better stand by with the crash truck. We may need it.
Okay. I'm over the field now, getting a glare from the lights.
You're too close to the ground. Kill your motor. You'll hit the high tension line.
He made it.
Sorry to disappoint you, Mr. Horne, but here I am and all in one piece.
Yeah, nothing missing but the brains. Only sheer luck brought you in here, and we're not running this outfit on luck.
Why all the squawk? There's your plane and there's not a scratch on it. What more do you want?
Something that you haven't got, Kellogg, and that's respect for discipline and orders. Your check will be in the office. You're through. You don't have to tell me, Joan, that Bill knows his business. If he'd just learned to have respect for authority, he'd be one of the greatest pilots in this country. Why, I've taken more from that guy than I would from my own brother. I've been for him since the first day he came on the job, and you know it. But you can just go so far, and that's that.
Finished?
Yep.
If you were expecting an argument, you're going to be disappointed. Because I agree with everything you've said. Bill is a kid. But I think he's due to grow up very soon now. Aside from that, there's something I'd better tell you. Bill and I are married.
What?
But that's strictly between you and me, understand? We're not telling Uncle Howard yet because, well, he's so thoroughly opposed to Bill.
I'll say he is.
And so, if you want to give your little friend Joan just about the nicest wedding gift you could possibly give her, you'll put Bill back on the job.
You sure know how to make it tough for a fella, don't you?
Haven't I always made it tough for you? Haven't I always come to you, even as a kid, with all my problems?
You never missed.
Oh, please, Jim. I promise you he'll toe the line and be... Uncle Howard?
Yes?
Hello, darling.
Hello, dear.
Nice game?
Oh, terrible. If I wasn't slicing, I was hooking. Well, you'd think that I never had a golf club in my hand. Company?
Yes, Jim Horne.
What's he doing here?
Just dropped in, I'm dropping out. As a matter of fact, I came over to see you about Kellogg.
Listen, I've had enough unpleasantness for one afternoon.
I decided to put him back on.
You're not putting him back. I wouldn't have Kellogg on my payroll at 2 cents a week. Say, are you crazy?
Listen, Howard, didn't you say I'd have free hand in my department?
Yes, what about it?
Well, then why don't you let me use it? I'm putting Kellogg back and taking full responsibility.
Okay, but you'll regret it as sure as you're a foot high.
Do you want to see me?
Yes, against my better judgment.
I know I made a mistake.
We don't fire men for making mistakes, Bill. And you didn't make a mistake. You deliberately disobeyed orders. However, I've been talked into taking you back, but not as senior pilot. You're just one of the boys.
Oh, I get it. I'm being chiseled out of the extra dough that's in that camera hop over the new route, eh?
You chiseled yourself out of that.
So after 6 years, you're going to put me back at the bottom and tell me to start all over again? Well, I don't like it.
Well, take it or leave it. But it seems to me you have a better reason for making good than anybody around here. And you could if you could just get it into that swell head of yours that you're not running this outfit. Starting Wednesday, you can take your old run into Panama City. Yes?
Ike Matthews is here.
Tell him I'll see him in just a minute. Well, what do you say?
Okay, Jim. I might surprise you after all.
I hope you do. All right, send Ike in.
Hiya, Bill.
Mr. Horne would like to see you.
Now, isn't that funny? He'd like to see me, and I'd like to see you. Well, business is business, but I hate business.
How soon can you pack?
Pack? What do you mean?
You're leaving for Panama City.
I'm leaving.
Yeah, you're gonna make that observation flight. I want you to get that ship tuned up and all set to go.
Now, wait a minute, boss. You mean I gotta leave today?
This afternoon. Why?
Oh, just my luck. Remember the first year I came to work with you?
Yeah?
I had to go to Chicago. That was the end of Maisie. And the next year, Seattle. When I got back, Ruthie was married. Why, I can count them off on my fingers. Cheyenne Blizzard, that was Doris. Cleveland Air Races, Pauline. I should have known it. Last night, I met her.
Well, just the same, you're leaving this afternoon. Here, call her up and say goodbye.
Not me, boss. I'd rather keep them guessing than disappoint them.
Everything all right?
That's what you call it. I'm back, but not a senior pilot. How do you like that?
Well, what of it? You know yourself, he had to do it as an example for the other boys. I'll bet he'll reappoint you in a month.
Yeah, well, I'll show Mr. Horne who's senior pilot. Come on, let's get out of here.
Yes?
Miss Hammond and Mr. Kellogg to see you.
Send them in. Hello, Joan.
Hello.
Hello, Bill.
Hi.
See that Ike gets this map as soon as you get to Panama City.
Okay.
Remember, from now on, you're flying the straight and narrow.
That's a promise, darling.
Good luck.
Thanks, Jim.
I hope for your sake he lives up to it.
You can bank on that. He won't disappoint you again. Really, Jim, I don't know how to thank you for all you've done for us.
Don't try.
Well, if it isn't the one-man airline.
Hiya, boys.
How'd you get your job back?
Simply climbed down off the soapbox and up on the bandwagon. Ike Matthews around?
Yeah, he's over at Hangar 5.
Charlie, get my bags out of there, will you? I'll be up in the office in a few minutes. Is that camera all set?
Yep, all ready for action.
Good.
Hiya, Bill. Back on the job?
Yeah, they heard I was going with another company, so they sent for me to come back.
Swell. By the way, did Horne send anything down here for me? A map or something?
No, handsome, he just sent me.
Oh.
Pretty nifty-looking job you got there.
Yeah.
You taking her up at all before the government test?
Yeah, in the morning. Gonna fill her up to the gills and see what she'll do with a full load.
How many extra tanks is she carrying?
A whole mess of them, all we could get aboard her.
What time are you going to take her up?
7 o'clock, right on the nose. Then if I have any luck, I'll be back in Los Angeles Sunday with my little redhead. What a job she is, you know? One of those streamlined...
Yeah. 7 o'clock in the morning, huh?
Yeah. And if you want to see some real flying, set your alarm for 6:30 and pile out.
Okay, Casanova. Pedro, send the wire straight. Hiya, Raymond. They sure sound pretty good.
Ah, si, senor. They had a sweet like on it.
That's great. Well, I'll be seeing you.
But, Senor Kellogg, what are you doing? Senor Ike will be here at 7.
Yeah, well, I know all about Senior Ike, but he isn't taking his ship up until I okay it.
Why did those things get going? I thought it was waiting for another load.
He will be right back. Don't worry.
He's sure taking off early.
Your ship. Now I know I owe the gab about what time I was taking off. Come on.
Yeah, I know all about that, Ike. Quit your kidding.
You won't think I'm kidding when you find those extra gas tanks dry as a bone.
You'll have to use better bait than that.
Why, you...
Senor Kellogg, this is Martinez. I order you to return at once. Matthews is telling you the truth. The emergency tanks have not been filled.
Sorry, Martinis, but I've been kidded by experts. That is all.
Kellogg, Panama City calling Kellogg.
Wait till Horne hears about this.
Any answer, miss?
No.
Thank you.
You say he has enough gas to make Rio Vista if we fly straight through?
That's right, Chief.
Tell him forget pictures, forget side trips, forget everything, and fly straight through. Is that clear?
Yep, got every word of it. Okay. Goodbye.
Get a chance to make it.
Yeah? Well, I'll show him who's running this outfit. The minute he sets down, I'm going to have him thrown in jail.
And let the whole world know that our pilots do as they please? Oh, no. As far as the press is concerned, this flight's official.
Okay, Jim. As you said, it's your responsibility. You put Kellogg back over my protest, so I'm washing my hands of the whole thing.
That is neither here nor there. The point is that Kellogg's life's at stake. He needs all the help that we can give him.
Panama City calling Kellogg. Panama City. He just won't answer.
Keep on trying.
Panama City.
There ought
Panama
to be
City
a
calling
law
Kellogg.
against guys like that.
Panama City. Panama City calling Kellogg. Panama City calling Kellogg.
Kellogg to Panama City. Everything is hotsy-totsy. That is all.
Get him back.
Panama City to Kellogg. Panama City to Kellogg. Answer, Kellogg.
Everything hotsy-totsy. That clown has about a quarter of a tank of gas, if that much.
About 7 or 7:30 in the morning, no more gas.
Try him again.
Panama City to Kellogg. Panama City to Kellogg.
Well, it's now 7:35 in the morning, Panama time.
Panama City calling Kellogg. Panama City calling Kellogg. Panama City calling Kellogg. Panama City calling Kellogg.
Kellogg calling Panama City. Kellogg calling Panama City. Emergency. Come in, please.
Go ahead, Kellogg. Report your position.
Approximate position, 18 degrees north of Capricorn. Longitude, 60 degrees north to southeast. Flying over the jungle. Martinis, I'm out of gas. Can you hear me? I'm going to gamble on a dead stick landing and try to nurse it down. I'm losing altitude, nosing down into an open valley. I think there may be a chance.
Kellogg. Panama City calling Kellogg.
That's right, Ike. You stick there. Now let me talk to Martinez. Well, get him.
This is a fine state of affairs. When one man can throw an entire organization all out of shape, we ought to have our heads examined, the whole lot of us.
Martinez? No news, eh? Well, you keep those operators on day and night. Yes? Yes? What about Brazil and Ecuador? What cooperation can we expect from them? Why, of course we'll pay.
Here, wait a minute. Who'll pay what?
Just one moment. You okayed the announcement this flight was official. We've got to back it up. What are we going to tell these newspaper men? That it was a fake, an accident? I'm the one they're holding responsible. I'm not going to be put on a spot like that.
Well, Oh, all right. Tell them we'll back them up. $2,000 to anyone who finds Kellogg.
Okay. Mr. Hammond offers $2,000 to anyone that finds Kellogg. Stay on the job and keep in touch with us. That's right.
Oh, thanks, Uncle Howard. You're pretty sweet. You know, I suppose this is a funny thing to say, but I honestly believe that Bill's safe and will find his way out.
Keep your chin at that angle, Joan, and we'll find him. Well, wish me luck. Here's where I go out and face the roaring lions of the press.
It is but natural that you should wish to return to your people. But when you ask us to provide you with some of our young men to help you in your journey down the rivers, you are asking the impossible.
But now that I'm well again, it's urgent that I get out of here. I can promise that anyone you'd send along with me would be well rewarded.
Of what good are rewards to the dead?
In other words, I'm stuck. I gotta stay here whether I like it or not.
You are not unwelcome among us. We can learn much from you, just as we did from the white man who was Lana's father. On the other hand, if you choose to leave us and attempt the perilous journey through the jungles or across the mountains, you must do so alone.
Must abandon search here for Kellogg. His governments here refuse further cooperation. Martinez.
Well, it's too bad, but that seems to be final.
You're wrong. I'm leaving for Panama City and fly the same route that Kellogg took.
I thought you'd say that, but you might just as well forget it.
That's one way out, but not mine.
Oh, stop talking like a 10-year-old. Who's going to take over your end of the business if you pull out of here?
Well, who always has? Miller, of course.
Miller, all right, Miller, but what about a ship? Where are you going to find another one fitted out for a flight like that?
I've already taken care of it.
Oh, it's madness. Suicidal. I won't have it.
Well, there were no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Oh, he's okay. When he shouts, he's bluffing. It's when he's quiet you want to look out. Well, I'm shoving off as soon as I can get ready.
I'd like to say thank you, Jim, but it wouldn't begin to tell you how I feel.
Forget it. Come on, I've got a lot to do.
Allowing for wind drift, this disputed area was Kellogg's approximate position when we last heard from him.
Approximate position, huh?
When his message was cut off.
Si, senor.
And he's approximately in this area.
That word approximate covers a lot of jungle. It's one thing to do this approximating business, another thing to actually find the guy.
You're quite an optimist, aren't you?
In one way, I think Senor Ike is right. Your chances of finding Kellogg are slim, even in the best of times. But now, with the rainy season on...
Just the same, we're taking off in the morning.
Muy bien.
What are you doing?
Oh, hello. That's a long story. If I can get this thing fixed up, I can talk to my friends and tell them I'm all right.
Talk? Like we are talking?
Sure, over the radio.
Radio? You mean it is like magic?
Yeah, something like that.
If you talk to them, what will happen?
They'll come after me and get me out of here.
But our valley is so beautiful. It has everything anyone needs. Why do you wish to leave it?
It isn't that I don't appreciate all this, Lana, your kindness and everything. This isn't my world. I want to get back to my friends.
You do not like us.
It isn't a question of liking or disliking you. I just don't belong here, that's all. It's no use. Just a waste of time.
You cannot talk to your friends? Then they cannot come for you. You will have to stay here with us. Now you will tell me more about your people, won't you? Look. She's beautiful. Who is she? Do you know her?
No. I'm sorry to say I never met her.
Are all the women of your world as beautiful?
No, not all.
You haven't by any chance had rabbit's foot with you, have you?
Yeah, why? What's the matter? Here, look.
You don't believe in that, do you?
Well, I don't know. I don't believe in ghosts, but I don't camp in graveyards.
Altitude 9,200. Visibility unlimited. Ought to hit the mountains by midnight. That is all.
Look. What does it say?
Tom kissed Mary fiercely.
Tom kissed Mary fiercely. What is it?
On an observation ship to Rio Vista. Position unknown. Altitude 2,000. Flying through heavy rain. Visibility 0. That is all. Wake up, Ike. We're here.
What do you mean we're here?
I think this is Rio Vista.
You mean you hope it's Rio Vista?
That's the yacht now. Congratulations, senor. Rio Vista welcomes you.
Thank you.
The press, senor. A statement that they would appreciate from you.
Well, she was a little tough in spots, but I think we've proven it can be done and that it's practical.
I know that you're both exhausted, but will you answer one question?
If I can.
Senor Kellogg, did you find any trace of him?
Unfortunately, we didn't. But I think if he is to be found, it won't be from the air. So I'm organizing an expedition to start immediately.
Not before we get some sleep.
What are you kicking about? You just woke up. call a halt.
Yes, sir.
What's the matter?
We're gonna rest for a while.
Oh, no. Let's go on till I collapse.
What's the matter? Your feet hurt you?
Feet, nothing. They're gone. I'm now walking on my ankles.
Vicente,
Yes, senor.
where would you say we are on this map?
I would say about here, senor. Maybe 3-4 days' march from the village where the white man is said to be held a prisoner.
Let's hope there is a white man when we get there.
As I told you before, senor, it's only a rumor, but a persistent one.
3 or 4 more days on a rumor, huh?
No, no. Horne is still down in the jungle, but that's beside the point. The pictures he took on the flight were great. Why, there's half a dozen good spots for landing field. Yes, sir. We're going to put in our bid right away. All right, good night. Joan, dear, what's the matter?
I can't stand much more of this uncertainty, Uncle Howard. Months and not one word from Bill.
But, my dear, we're doing everything we can. Horne is down there. Worrying isn't going to help any.
I know, but... Well, you'd feel differently about it if I told you something I should have told you months ago.
Yes?
Bill and I were married just before he went to Panama. I told no one but Jim. That's why he took him back.
Joan, dear, why didn't you take me into your confidence? Well, that changes everything. Someone has got to go down to Rio Vista, so I guess it might as well be me.
Well, then I'm going with you. I'd feel so much better just...
Young lady, if you think you're going to Rio Vista with me, you're very much... No, go pack your things.
Oh, Uncle Howard.
What's that mean?
They are telling the people that we are coming.
If I was boss of this outfit, they'd be telling them we're going.
What can we expect?
I don't know, senor.
Let's go.
Ramra, alla polo. Love it. Sanga. Ora, dove?
Senor, I don't like this. We might be walking into a trap.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
I can't give it so much myself. Take a look. All right, come on.
Listen, you. We've bailed out together. We've gotten drunk together. We've even had our troubles with women. But this is the first time we ever flirted with an undertaker. Now do your stuff.
Hello.
Sarata Masarolo.
Sarota am Tegevata. Lapada.
I don't like the looks of this. It's too easy.
Yeah, but I'm afraid they like the looks of us.
The chief offers us his hospitality for the night.
Explain to the chief we have so many men that we'll camp out here. We don't want to put him to all that trouble.
Igno Bodo. He insists we camp in.
You thank him and tell him we'd be very happy to.
Padra Hatalonub Sarolo.
Lapada.
Step into my parlor, said the spider to the fly, and be mowed down.
Loro come classorolo? The chief says he has not seen or heard of any white men in this section.
Better hunt him when he's lying. He answered that too fast.
Ascanola. Nema di Tuma.
That's bad, senor. I am afraid.
Okay with me. Can't give me the chance I need. Find out what's in that hut. You stay here.
All right.
I'll explain that later.
Any other white men here?
No. If we expect to get out of here alive, we better waste no time.
You're not armed. Here, take these.
on, get those packets started.
Wait a minute. The one thing I fear most is fire. If we can distract them, we may have a chance. You take this one. I'll get the next one. All right. Alto! Alto!
What's the matter?
Wait. Listen. They're warning the other tribes to be on the watch for us. It's suicide to try to go any further inland.
Well, what do you suggest?
Head for the coast. Otherwise, we'll be cut off from any possible chance of ever getting out.
Yeah, it's a nice, quiet neighborhood around here, all right, but it's a little too far out of town.
What about him?
I doubt if he'll live through the night. There's nothing more we can do.
All right, let's get out of here. Tell the boys we're going this way.
Seagun! Seagun! Seagun, this way. Our expedition was headed for the mountains to the south, looking for the last survivors of the old Incans, when we were ambushed by those headhunters. I wonder if you gentlemen know the full meaning of horror, what it is to have your friends wiped out right before your very eyes. I survived only because they discovered that I was a doctor. 3 long years those devils held me there, taking care of their sick, treating their wounds. Often I thought I'd go mad.
Well, it's all behind you now, Doctor.
Thanks to you.
And from what you told us, makes me more determined than ever to find Kellogg if he's still alive.
But it's impossible to go back there now. With all those tribes organized against us.
But we could go back to Cosca Landing, reorganize, and go up the river in dugouts.
Well, it's a long way around. But you'd certainly avoid a lot of hostile tribes.
Exactly.
Then it's dugouts. I've had more than my fill of those guys.
I know it's asking a lot, Doctor. But you know this country and we don't. Would you consider going along with us?
Mr. Horne, if any other man asked me to do that, knowing what we'll face, I'd say no. But after all you've done for me, I'll come along gladly.
I sure hate to do it, but we need you.
Those are the busiest guys I ever heard. Don't they ever get tired? Listen, I don't want you guys to think that I'm subject to fainting spells or anything like that, but don't you think we better get moving?
Okay, Ike, as soon as we get packed up. All right, boys, pack them up.
Those tears again, huh? What's wrong now? something? Yeah, beautiful. But those tears,
Aren't you ever going to keep your promise?
What promise?
Over and over you promised, Lana. You were going to go to work with the other men.
Oh, that. Tomorrow, perhaps.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow, it's always tomorrow.
Okay, boss. Everything under lock and key.
Fine, Ike.
Oh, Senor Horne. All those weeks and you are back. And Senor Ike.
Hi, Pedro.
I have the good news for you. Your friend, Senor Hammond, and his niece.
Hammond and his niece?
Si, senor. In the presidential suite.
I better go see him.
Well, I suppose you'll welcome a hot bath.
Indeed I will. I want to get rid of all of this, too.
Look, when you get all cleaned up, just so I'll know you, wear a pink carnation, will you? And Pedro, how about a spot where one can trip the light fantastic? You know,
Si, senor. Down the street.
Okay, mucho gracias.
De nada, senor. 5 and 3.
Thank you.
Come.
Jim!
Hello, Joan. Hello, Howard.
Hello, Jim.
You didn't find him, did you?
No, Joan, I didn't. Here. Come on, buck up. You gotta snap out of this. Why, I haven't given up hope. Tell me, how did you get here?
Joan finally told me the whole story. We were fortunate to catch a boat the same day. She wasn't satisfied to wait for you in Rio Vista. The minute she found out that this was your base, she went to work on me and dragged me up here. Sit down, Jim, and tell us all about it.
And there I was, face to face with 6 of them. Every mother son of them a headhunter. And me without so much as a jackknife.
And then, senor, what happens?
What happened? Why, I grabbed the first guy by the ankle and I swung him around like a club. He had a big knife in his hand, see? And as I swings him around, he's got the knife stuck out and it clipped off their head so neat that even they didn't know it till they turned to look at me.
Oh, senor, you are wonderful.
Oh, it was nothing. And then what do you think happened?
What I think happened? I think you whirled around so much you are still dizzy.
Anyway, Dr. Butler, who knows the country, has agreed to go with us.
Jim, why kid ourselves? Don't you think we might just as well face the fact, unpleasant as it is, that Bill is gone?
Oh, don't say that, Uncle Howard. Please don't. Something just tells me that Bill's alive. I'm sure of it.
How do you feel about it?
There's a chance. I'd like another try at it.
All right, go ahead.
Jim, I'm going back with you.
But Joan, that's impossible here.
I mean it.
Don't worry, that's out.
Oh, but I want to go, Jim.
Of course you want to go.
But I'm afraid, dear, this is one time you can't have what you want.
We'll get on the way as soon as I can get organized. Success. What's the matter? Having a little trouble with your ears?
No, just tuning up for those tom-toms.
Well, don't worry, Ike. Those headhunters never come this close to the mountains. It's an old superstition.
Well, I'd say from here, we head inland for that mountain, right?
Yes. South by southeast. A few days ought to get us there. But I'm afraid it's going to be pretty tough going.
Tough going, huh? That'll be something new, won't it?
Well, here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
Well, that's nice. But where are we?
There should be a valley beyond that range.
Cheer up, Ike. We must be nearing our last mile unless Kellogg's readings are all wet.
You've been last miling me to death.
This one's different. It's straight up.
Please, please, your friends are coming.
Friends.
Yes, your friends. Oh, you cannot let them see you looking this way. Bill, don't you understand? Your friends are here.
Friends?
Yes.
What friends are you talking about?
White men, 3 of them.
White men?
Yes.
Well, where are they?
No.
Let me go.
No, please. You must look your best for them.
Yeah, that's right.
We found him more dead than alive, but we restored him to health. And now he is married to my foster daughter, Lana.
Married?
Yes.
Have you come to take him back with you?
Where is he?
Make a trip like this for a mug like him.
Lana, your husband's friend has come to see him.
I am happy to welcome my husband's friend.
Well, if it isn't teacher. Mad, eh? Won't shake hands. Well, can't you say something? You gonna take me out of this hole?
I'm not so sure that I am. You seem to have done pretty well for yourself.
Listen, cut out the sermon, Horne. All I want to know is when do we shove off?
You do not mean you're leaving, Lana?
We'll talk about that later. Ah, you make me sick, Horne. You would have done the same thing. You've been in my boots. How did I know I was ever going to get out of here?
So she's your wife, eh?
Wife? Don't make me laugh.
That doesn't answer the question.
Oh, so you want the answer, eh? Well, I'll give it to you. I'm going back with you and I'm leaving her here. What do you think I'm going to do?
What are you going to tell Joan?
Why tell her anything?
I might have expected that from you.
But he's not one of us.
But he is my husband. He loves me. How foolish to think he would leave me.
Coming, Elon?
In a minute. But if he should leave you, Lana, what then?
Lana would die. Oh, but it is so silly. If he has to go, he will take me with him. Don't you understand? My husband loves me. He will never leave our valley without me.
No, Lana. He will never leave you.
You're not worth taking back.
You don't mean that, Jim. You can't. You wouldn't leave me here.
Oh, wouldn't I, huh?
Now listen, Jim, you can't mean that. I've been here long enough, cut off from everything, waiting.
Joan's been waiting, too. And for what? A miserable cur like you. I have a good mind to break in this.
No, no, Jim, please, please, you gotta take me back.
Yeah, I know. I've got to take you out. I promise if I ever found you, I'd bring you back. We're shoving off in the morning. I can't tell you how sorry I am that all this happened.
Goodbye, my son.
Okay, boss, anytime you say.
I'll be back.
Look at Lana and say that again. I'll be back.
Of course I'll be back. Goodbye, Lana.
Just once more. Please. Don't go, please.
Let's go. Bring him along.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Jim! Jim, come!
How bad is he, Doc?
He's done for.
No, no.
Come,
No.
come.
We learned from the natives that his plane swooped down, barely missing the tops of the trees. Then he saw his chance. Before him lay a field, an ideal spot for a forced landing. But there was a catch in it. It was filled with natives, majority of them women and children. Had he have tried to set her down there, he would have mowed them down like wheat before a thresher. Bill realized that and deliberately cracked up. Very tough.
Thanks.
Well, he certainly put that over.
Put it over, boy. When they pass out halos, that guy's gonna get one bigger than the moon. What a sweet liar that guy is.